welcome to another video. Today we are going to talk a little bit more about Feng Shui. We already talked about cleaning out our space, right? You need to have room for energy to move before you can actually control the energy. It has to be moving for you to then control it. So if you haven't watched that video, I would recommend maybe checking that one out. I will link it for you. It'll be in the description box below. It just really talks about kind of preparing to go on like a feng shui journey and just change your entire home. And the whole idea behind this is sometimes it's hard to change our own energy when we're not feeling great, especially. So sometimes it's easier to support ourselves by changing the energy in our environment, because where we are at all the time, everything around you is affecting you, whether or not you realize it. Your subconscious picks up on everything. So it's so important to surround yourself with a supportive environment so you can be feeling at your best. Basically, there are 9 energy centers in your home. And if you just even sketch out a quick picture of your home, like on a piece of paper, and then divide it into 9 sections so you can see where each section is. So here's a little example of that. This is actually an overview of my house. And so this is where our energy centers lie. Now you'll notice some parts kind of like jut out and you have an extra part in that energy center. You might notice some parts you have a little bit of lacking in that energy center. And those are all things that you can combat and support with different feng shui tips and tricks. So we'll get into all of that. The energy center that I'm going to focus on today is my favorite energy center, so I just thought it would be a good place to start. I think no matter where people are at in their life, they could definitely still benefit from extra wealth and prosperity and abundance, because when you have all those things, it's not that those things are going to automatically make you happy. However, if you're already working on yourself and being a happy person, like having the money to go on as many vacations as you want, I don't know, that doesn't automatically like depress me. So when you're looking at the different energy centers in your home, the back left hand corner is going to be your wealth and prosperity corner. The first thing you want to do when you're working on an energy center is to clean it. Just like we talked about in the last video, you want to clean out as much as you can. And I mean both physically cleaning it, like you don't want spider webs or dust, you don't want old things laying around, you need to get rid of things, and also energetic cleaning. So energetic cleaning in a couple of different ways. First of all, not holding on to things that make you feel like down whenever you look at them. If it's something that reminds you of something sad in life, or if it's just like a dull, depressing piece of artwork you're keeping just because it's been on the wall for 20 years and you just don't really think about it, it's still affecting you. You still pull in that like drab energy. So you want to clean like that energetically, but then also it's a great idea to do an actual energy cleaning with like smudge. If you really are not into this stuff and you don't want to get like crazy about it, just open the window for a little bit, maybe like light a candle that you love, and even that will help you kind of clear the energy in a room. If you are into smudging or saging, you can definitely do just one room as you're working on it in feng shui, or as you're going on this process, you could like smudge and sage your whole house once a week. I don't do it every week, but I do it every once in a while. And there are some times where I just will do one room, mainly this room. This room is my office. This is where most of my crystals are. This also happens to be in the wealth corner of our house, which makes me very happy for so many different reasons. So after you've cleared your area, you want to then energize your area. You want to do things in this space that support the things that you want to come into it. So first, we're going to talk about the things that you don't want in this space so that you can continue to clear out before you add. Obvious things that you don't want around are trash, even trash cans. If you can get away from having a trash can in the wealth corner, that would be great. I have a small trash can in here, but So the way that you're looking at me, the corner behind me is the complete back left of my house. This is the corner of the wealth corner. So I do have a small trash can in here. I don't let it get gross and over full, but I have it on that side of the room. So at least it's not in like the corner. So I have it as away from the corner as I can in this room. If you can get away from having a trash can in this corner, that would be ideal. You also don't want anything broken laying around because everything that you keep, especially at this point where you're making a choice to keep something, like you're going into this with the intent of reclaiming your space, resetting the energy. So if you're in that mind space and you decide to keep something that's broken, what kind of message are you giving the universe of what you want back from it? You're saying, it's okay that I have broken things. If you want to send me more broken things, I don't care because I'm holding on to these broken things. That is not the message that you want to put out there. You want to keep things that make you happy. You want to keep things that uplift you. You want to keep things that are in good working order. The things that you have, the things that you focus on, you will attract more of this same. So think about that with every object. Do you want more of this kind of thing around you? If not, get rid of it. Please get rid of things. It feels so good, I promise. You just have to start. Another thing you do not want anywhere in your house, really, dead plants and flowers. I struggle with this one a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm trying to create like a whole jungle in our living room, especially. And I'm having a little bit of, I'm, I keep getting plants that are a little bit hard to take care of, and I'm flailing a little bit trying to take care of them. So I have a few plants out there that all the leaves have fallen off, but I'm still like watering them, hoping they come back. But I'm not gonna lie, I do get sad every time I look at them because it's like a failure for me. So I'm really excited that it's about to get warm. So as soon as it gets warm enough, I'm gonna move those outside and hopefully they will re-emerge and things like that. But at the same time, I won't be looking at dead plants in the house. So it's a good idea not to keep dead plants around or dead flowers. If you have a bouquet of flowers around, that's great. But as soon as they start wilting, you want to get rid of them because the energy completely changes. So let's talk about what to do if your wealth corner has a bathroom in it. That is not ideal. Anything with a huge drain like that literally drains the money out of your life. You may have trouble holding on to money. Even when you get it, it's like you can't keep it. It's always just kind of like going down the drain. But there are ways that you can counteract this, even though it's not ideal. Like if you're building a house, don't put a bathroom in the money corner. It's just not a great idea. But things that you can do, try to keep the bathroom door closed. Definitely keep the toilet seat down. And same thing if you have like the laundry room in this corner, if you have a washer, always make sure you're putting the lid down. Otherwise, it's like this vortex suction thing that will literally drain energy. You don't want to drain your wealth and prosperity energy. You want to keep it. So put a lid on it, and then at least there's a little bit of a barrier there, and it's not going to just like, yeah. Also, you can keep a nightlight on 24 hours a day in the bathroom. Putting a small light in an area helps. Even better if you can put a red light bulb in it. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but that's one of the main colors that you want to keep in your wealth and prosperity corner. Also, on another side of that, red lights are actually supposed to be very good at helping you get in the right mind frame to sleep. So if you have a nightlight on in the bathroom 24 hours a day, if you happen to go into that bathroom at night and you see the red light, it's not going to completely like wake you up in the same way that a blue based light would kind of wake your brain up a little bit more. So that's like a double win. Also, keeping plants in general, keeping plants in a room is great for feng shui. So that's another thing. If you have a bathroom in your wealth corner and you're trying to like help balance that energy, putting plants in the bathroom is great. If you have a bathroom that doesn't have a natural light source, you can use fake plants too. real plants would be more ideal, I think, but even just having the energy of plants in there, even you looking at a plant, even if it's fake, is going to do some kind of like an uplifting thing. So plants in general are a great thing to do. Another thing that you could run into in your wealth corner that you would have to kind of fix is if you have a fireplace there, because you don't want your money to go up in flames. But this one's an easy fix. If you do have a fireplace in your wealth corner, just put like a small fountain on top that has running water, or even if you just get like a little decorative bowl and put some like marbles in the bottom, red or purple or gold, and just keep a little bowl of water on top of the fireplace, that would also be something that would like cool down that energy and help to balance and make it help to balance it so it's not a problem for you. So let's move on to the things that you do want in this corner. Plants, especially like a large healthy plant. If you want to do one thing that might give you like a really good boost, maybe just get a large healthy plant and put it in your wealth corner. That might be the simplest, easiest, fastest way to really give like a great energetic boost to this area. Another thing that is great to have is a running water fountain. Even if you don't have a fireplace that you're trying to counteract, having that running water energy really gives a lot to a space. Even if it's like an aquarium, same thing with the running water. And it would be good for you to keep this running 24 hours a day. The only thing is if your bedroom is in the wealth corner, you don't want to keep the fountain going all night long. It may disrupt your sleep a little bit because it's creating energy flow, and that's something that you do kind of want to quiet down at night when you're trying to sleep. Otherwise, having running water in your wealth corner is absolutely wonderful. I don't want to get like too complicated into this right now, but you can also extend past your house and look at your property. So like, for example, in this corner of our yard, I am thinking about trying to convince Ryan to put in a water feature over here, because energetically, I just feel like this would be the best place for us to have a water feature outside. And we have a corner, nothing really grows in it. It's a weird place with like weird sunlight. So we'll see. Another thing that is great energy that you can add to a space are mirrors, especially if you're putting the mirror behind something. So let's say I had a little fountain, right? And I put a mirror behind it. So now I'm getting that wonderful water flowing energy, and the mirror behind it is like doubling that energy. So mirrors are great expanders in rooms, and it's even better if you can get it to reflect something else that you have put in the space specifically for that energy center. Put it behind a plant, put it behind like a beautiful crystal, something like that. So plants are really good for the energy, mirrors are really good for the energy, flowing water is really good, but also different colors are really good for different energy centers. So in the wealth and prosperity corner, golds, reds, and purples. Keeping those colors around in general are really great. And it can be something as simple as putting a little area rug down, or getting like a really pretty pillow or a blanket in those shades. That could be really helpful. When I first got into this, I decided to take those colors and actually put them in a painting. So I painted this when I first got into Feng Shui, and this is actually a symbol for wealth. And I painted it in gold, and then you can see all of the red. This is a really dark purple. I painted this specifically to keep in the wealth corner of my house. And I actually keep it over in the corner. Like, I'll show you. But something like this is really great. And I'm actually, this is flipped a little bit. So this is actually going to be a backwards symbol for you. But yeah, something simple like this. I actually have these on my website just as a print. So you can buy a print of this if you want to get one of these and hang it in your wealth corner. But also you could just grab a canvas and paint your own thing, even if it's not like an exact symbol. Even if you just did like an abstract of the colors, it would still be really helpful. And those three colors specifically are great for this wealth area. And that's why I mentioned them when I talked about putting a bowl of water above the fireplace with marbles in it, with specifically those colored marbles. But it's also worth saying that just bright, vibrant colors in general are really energizing to this area. So the fact that this is my office and I have all of these bright colored paintings around, like I didn't think about that when I made this my office. It just happened this way. It was very serendipitous that all of my bright paintings, like they are scattered throughout the house, but most of them are in here. So there's like great energy in this room. Also, this is where I keep most of my crystals. So that's another great thing because I'm getting carried away and I lost place on my list. That's another thing that's great to keep in this area, valuable things. Keeping artwork in this corner is a great thing. Keeping like sculptures, antiques that you're keeping, but only if you like them and if they give you like a positive energy when you look at them. Keeping crystals in this corner is great. And like I said, just lots of like bright, vibrant colors. And also red light bulbs, not just in a nightlight in the bathroom, but keeping red lights in this area in general, really good idea. Keeping symbols in this area that equal wealth and money to you. Symbols are really good. Either pictures of things or models of things, like a picture of the dream car that you want or like a little model of the car that you want. Some people use fake money. I don't love that idea. I use real money. Maybe you can see I always keep money in the money corner. Also in front of the money, I have different crystals. I have a citrine over there and a rutilated quartz to kind of like expand on all of that energy. Pictures of houses, pictures of vacations you want to go on. So even going more into that, you could make a whole vision board, and this would be maybe the perfect place in your house to keep a vision board. So just pictures of anything it is that you want to bring into your life. On that same note, you can also do intentional writing. So if you sit down and write out things like, I am so grateful that I always have more than enough money to pay my bills. I am so grateful that I get to travel to all the places I've ever wanted to go. Things like that, say it as if it's already happened. Maybe write them down, put a crystal on top of it, and keep it somewhere in your money corner. All of those things and actions and feelings are going to support the energy that you're trying to bring in. So I already showed you my painting. I already in this room have so many things that are supportive for this energy, but I thought I would show you a few specific things. I have a bunch of these Feng Shui candles that Ryan's mom actually got me, but this is a gold candle and it just has that energy. It has like a little lucky charm on it, and I just think that this kind of thing is absolutely a great example of something that would support the energy you're trying to create in a wealth corner. I keep most of my crystals in this room, but if you were just trying to set up like a little plate of crystals or even like a cool candle like that and crystals around it, that would be something really good to do. Just some crystals I would recommend keeping in your wealth corner. Pyrite. I mentioned this in my pyrite video. I did a whole video on pyrite and I talked about places to keep it, and the wealth corner of your home, definitely a great place to keep pyrite. Also citrine, great for money, and it great for money. So keeping citrine is a great one. Rutilated quartz would be another really good one. But then going down into the colors that are specifically good for this corner, the red and the purple, red calcite and amethyst would be two really good color selection crystals to keep in this area. But again, all crystals would be helpful in this. And then I'm just going to talk about one more thing, and that is understanding how the flow of energy works, especially with prosperity consciousness type of stuff. Both with your attitude and how you look at things, and also your actions and how you keep things. You don't want to hoard things. You don't want to keep things just in case, because that's giving out this energetic vibration that you're afraid that you won't have enough money. As subconscious as it may be, that is the message that you're giving out if you're holding on to something just in case. You're not holding on to it because you like it. You're holding on to it because you're expecting an emergency. If you let that go, the chances that something else will come in that you want more at this point in your life skyrocket. Stuck energy is stuck energy. So if you're stuck over here, even if gifts are flowing at you, there's nowhere to put them because you have this like wall up of, I'm keeping my stuff. I'm keeping this stuff. I don't want to get rid of it just in case. You're literally like doing this to the universe. You're holding off your blessings. Whenever you're getting rid of things gracefully that you don't need anymore or that other people could benefit from, the things that aren't making you happy, like it's not even hurting you to get rid of something that doesn't make you happy. You're letting in this room and this flow of energy to get the things that you do want. All those things on that vision board that you do want. You don't have room for those things until you get rid of all the things that you don't want anymore. You really need to think about this. I know it's hard. I struggle with it too, but that's why it's so important to talk about it and like constant reminders of this kind of thing. Like it'll just make you feel so much better. Hey guys, so I forgot to talk about one thing that I think is like really important with the energetics of inviting in new money and things like that. Something that's really important to think about is the way that you're thinking about other people who are wealthy. Instead of being in the mindset of when you see someone that gets something or like a jealousy creeps in, you know how a lot of people get in that space like, oh, it must be nice. You can't act like that. The way that I do it is when I see someone who is like getting a brand new house or they're going on this really cool trip or whatever, like I allow myself to get caught up in their excitement. So let's even say I'm just like watching a show and these people are in this beautiful place. Instead of getting pissed off and being like, oh, well, it must be nice to be able to do things like that. You can do things like that. When you see things, I personally am like, I get so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, look how beautiful this place is. And I imagine what it would feel like to be there. And I'm like, I'm so excited that I'm going to get to go there and experience that too, like when it's my time. So that's another thing to like keep in mind. I completely forgot to talk about this, but I knew that it was important. So just popping back in to say that you have to control your thoughts and your attitudes towards money and wealth and think about it in a positive way, in a way that like, I have this too. You can't get mad that other people have it. You have to be in a great, positive, giving, flowing mindset. So I just wanted to point that out. So that's all I have to say about the wealth and prosperity corner of your home in this Feng Shui series that we're doing. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope you learned something, and I will see you guys next time. Have a really great day. Inside.